Next game that's going to be near and dear to Eddie's heart. It's the 6-1 New York Giants against the 4-3 division leading Seattle Seahawks. If ever there was a tough game to pick, because the Seahawks have been a darling. Obviously, they're a fan favorite of a good friend of the show, Henri. And then you got the Giants, which they're fun to watch. They're fun to watch because they play football the way football is supposed to be played, and that's all 11 on offense, that's all 11 on defense, that's special teams, is all the way around. They've been fun to watch. Who do you got here? Because you've been on the Seattle train a lot this year as well, Eddie. It's a conflicting decision, no doubt, for you.
Yeah, it's a tough one.
And is Saquon Barkley possibly an MVP candidate by the end of the year, too?
It's a tough one because, if Evan Neal didn't go down and we didn't lose Bellinger with a fractured eye socket, I think this game, may have been a lot more doable, considering the amount of points that Seattle's defense lets up. And the Giants haven't been making mistakes offensively really at all this year. Daniel Jones has been, as good as he's ever been, you know what I mean? The best he's ever been right now. So it just stinks that, the right tackle went down, in the last win against Jacksonville. We lose, our starting tight end, it's just tough. I'm going to go Seattle here. Just because that defense, that secondary is good. They're letting up a decent amount of yards rushing. They're triple digits a game rushing. But that plays into our part. Barkley's going to run the ball. Barkley's going to move the ball for sure in this game. There's no doubt about that, just because they're letting up over 120 yards a game, putting up 150 yards a game. So, but I'm going Seattle here.
What you got, Nicky?
Disappointed in Eddie. I've went against the Giants 2 weeks in a row.
Regretted it every step of the way.
Lost both times. I went against the Jets 2 weeks in a row as well. Lost both of those. I'm treading back on the New York. I went Jets this week. I'm going Seattle this week, though.
Setup.
I think that Tariq Woolen, Michael Jackson, and boys back there are going to find a way to get to that ball in that little play action, bootleg kind of scheme that they got going on. But this isn't an easy pick. I think the Giants are going to establish that run game right away. Again, I think Saquon's going to do his thing. I think that Daniel Jones is going to do his thing. But when it comes to getting it in the air, I think those boys are going to give the Giants some problems. But I don't think the Giants are going to not make it a game by any means. But I'm going to fade away from the Giants for a third week in a row, and I'm probably going to fucking eat it again. And then the second half of the season, I pick the Giants all year and they lose. But, no, Seattle Seahawks by fucking 3.
DK not playing is huge.
A line, coincidentally.
If
DK not playing,
play.
Seattle hasn't been good against the run. That's the Giants' bread and butter, as you said. I think this game comes down to turnovers, and the Giants haven't been able to create a lot, and Seattle has been able to create a lot, and they're at home. And I think this is a game that's kind of rocky for Daniel Jones with the way Seattle's defense is made up. They don't stop the run a lot, but they're fast, and they're active, and they're to the ball, and they got playmakers back there in the secondary. And I think those playmakers end up deciding this one. I think it's a close game. I think it's within shouting distance, as just about every Giant game has been. I believe they've darn near covered the spread on every week this season. And most of the time they were underdogs, and they just kept on winning. I think this is a tough matchup for them. I can see it going either way. I really could, because the Giants have found ways to win. Bottom line, But I think Seattle wins it at the end of the day, and it's on the turnover battle.
Seattle's defense is letting up 26 points a game. I mean, that and the fact that DK could maybe not play. I don't even want to say probably not play.
He's not playing.
Pete Carroll still said he's not ruling it out.
We joined your strategy, dog.
Okay,
we picked against them so that the Giants win. We got you.
No, I'm just saying. I mean, I think the Giants could win this game. There's just the problem for me.
They could.
Yeah.
The reason why they could do it is because DK doesn't go, and the Giants are good against the run, so they can slow down Kenneth Walker, and that puts a lot of pressure on where Seattle going to come up with the points.
Well, here's the problem.
The Giants are gonna. They haven't shot themselves in the foot all year.
Here's the problem. If let's just say they get up 2 somehow, they get up 10, right? And the Giants have to start throwing the ball.
Yep.
That's where I find my problem to be. But if the Giants can do this dink and dunk, down around on the line of scrimmage, these slant plays, things of that nature, right? Because Wan'Dale Robinson's gonna get that off. He's going to eat in the slot. We're going to move the chains. We're going to move the ball. We're going to be able to run the ball. You know what I'm saying? So it's like, and then you have those Daniel Jones design like run plays or RPOs. Like, is it a run? Is it a pass? What are we going to do? I mean, there's so much that can be done against this Seattle's defense to hold them and keep that speed and that size in check. Well, like I said, the Wan'Dale Robinson in the slot, I mean, that could be serious. We could get that done. Barkley running the ball and move the chains, we could get that done. The RPO running with Daniel Jones, we could get it done. You know what I'm saying? It's a very winnable game, especially the way we've been playing with no mistakes. It's a winnable game.
Yes. You guys come out and you guys win this game, and you do it in the fashion that you guys have been doing it in. I'm buying in on the New York Giants for real. And there's no reason you should be picking against them after this week. There's people out there picking against them, and they're 6-1. So
no, it's just
if they come out and do it in the fashion that they've been doing it.
Well, listen, if Trey Phillips, the guard, wasn't questionable, right, and Evan Neal going out for 3 to 4 weeks, and the tight end that's getting all the snaps on offense is done indefinite for the rest of the season. Like, fractured eye socket. We're done here. But I'm just saying, like, that plus all these other things. But DK not playing really kind of like evens the playing field. It really does. Because, I mean, this game could be high on emotions, and the Giants can go into Seattle and roll.
And the Giants cash in the red zone, though. Can they cash in like they've been doing? They've been doing it. But can they cash in the red zone?
Low scoring game here.
That'll tell the tale for me.
If DK doesn't play,
wrapping up the 4:00 games.
Low scoring game.
What's that?
Low scoring game if DK doesn't play.
Wrapping up